Hello everybody, again. It's nice to see you. I noticed after the last time the light was a little harsh back there, and I tried my best to close the blinds, but it's not really working very well, so just bear with me and I will try to make a solution before I make the next video. But I'm tight schedule with IB these days, you know, that's why I told y'all to get a calendar. Okay, so IB acronyms is what we are here for today. When I have explained what I'm doing in school to my family before, and I'm sure you will experience this too, but I tell them what I did in class, but I have to use like 3 acronyms in the same sentence, and they have no idea what any of them are. I'm fairly sure they've forgotten what IB means in the past before. So we'll start out easy. We will start out very easy with IB, International Baccalaureate. The IB program is what you are in and I am in, and it is what we do. So it's an easy acronym to remember. And I know that IB is not the same all around the world, so do bear with me with some of these acronyms that may not match with what you're doing, because history of the blank must change from each school depending on which they take. I personally, at my school, take HODA, which I say a lot. I was in HODA today, and I did this. I was in HODA today, and we learned about this, and my family doesn't know what class that is. So that's History of the Americas for those who don't have it, and I apologize if you were one of the people that use one of the other acronyms, History of Europe, History of Asia, maybe? I don't know what the other ones are on lock particularly, but I even know some schools do HOA and like TOK, but at my particular IB program school, we say HODA, and that is History of the Americas, and it focuses on North and South America, Latin America, Central America, and how those particular areas of the region were influenced or were influencers in the world in the time periods assigned by your school. So that's just history class. If you're talking to your family and you don't want to go through the acronym nonsense, just call it history. I never do because I never learn, but I would call it history if you called it anything. TOK is next. TOK is the IB specific class, and it's the reason I took IB in the first place. It seems special and different to me as the Theory of Knowledge class. However, you tell someone you were in Theory of Knowledge today and they're going to ask you what it was. So if you're new to IB and you don't quite know yet, it's basically what one would equate to a philosophy class, while not only being about philosophy. TOK is the study of how we know the things we know, or why we know the things we know. It studies on ways of knowing and areas of knowing, which are unfortunately acronyms as well, AOKs and WOKs. So when talking about TOK, you're probably going to have the most acronyms because it's an IB specific class and IB loves acronyms. The only thing they don't have acronymed is like paper 1 and 2. And even then, they've got numbers in there and they don't make any sense to other people. So I would definitely introduce TOK as a philosophy-based course, and if they want an elaboration, go on to It's How We Know the Way We Know. It's a study into the way we perceive the world is Theory of Knowledge, TOK. 2 of the important acronyms that go along with IB that aren't TOK, HL is higher level, SL is standard level. So when you're doing these classes and you're picking those classes, I feel like I should warn you, if you're not a diploma program candidate or whatever, colleges typically only take HL. So if you're considering whether or not to take more HLs or SLs, in regards to the future, I recommend SLs, but if you're going to a college that takes the diploma, which the colleges that do that are growing by the number every day, then take it easier on yourself, and one more SL than HL is my recommendation if you're not going specifically for the credits. English also has a lot of acronyms. Everything you do in English is an acronym. Let me just list them off. As of 2019 right now, we have the IOP, the IOC, STW, IO, WOA, GOP, RS, and hopefully that's it. But I just listed like 10 things, and if you're talking about English class and what you did in English class, no one's going to understand you if you're like, yeah, I had my STW today, it was after my IO. They're not going to know. So IO is an interactive oral that you and your class do. You discuss the books you're reading, and you learn more about the cultural context that you apply in the STW, which is a supervised timed writing that you write. The STW ties into the WA. The STWs you do over the course of your IO period, and by the time you're done with them, you choose one and you develop your WA off of it. The WA is an official IB exam that you turn in for a numbered grade, 1 through 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, for an upper passing. The IOP and the IOC are two things: individual oral presentation and individual oral commentary. You do the IOP on a book, you make a thesis and a claim, and you present it in the time frame of 15 minutes roughly. Hello. Take a break. One can only talk so much. So, okay. English. Explaining all of those random and extremely complicated acronyms to your family is hassle, so they'll probably understand Socratic Seminar better for IO, timed writing, timed essay for STW, and WA is just a formal essay. Of course, you can explain to your family all of these acronyms using this video or your own descriptions of these events based on your own experiences. I just find that you will confuse those around you talking about these random freaking acronyms that IB has attached to everything, which I understand because they're long names and acronyms are easy, but you have to be able to learn what they are first before, like, your family can. My bad. TOK also has a lot connected to them. WOK, AOK, TKPPF, TKPPD, RLS, KQ, all of that nonsense is also TOK. TKPPF and PPD aren't something you'll probably ever tell your family you're going to do. They're just PDF forms that go along with your TOK essay and your TOK presentation. Those are super important. When it comes time for you to do those two things, they are sent to IB typically. If they ask to review some of the internal grading, and it's what they base a lot of your essay off of, and a lot of the TKPPF is even more important because it is part of your grade. Don't even forget about the IB headliner, EE, and the forms that go with those are also acronyms. The EE is your extended essay. It's 4,000 words. Everyone does it. That's not something I can give you another name for. It's the extended essay. It's very long, and I had fun writing mine, but I get that writing is not everyone's cup of tea. So that is a headliner for IB, and I think it's noteworthy, at least when you say it to your family, that you outline just how important it is, because extended essay sounds like, I don't know, maybe 6 paragraphs, and the EE is so much longer than that. It's so much more of a big deal than just another essay. And the reflections that go along with that are intensive, but ultimately worth it always pick an EE topic that you like, okay? That's not what this is about, but always pick an EE topic that you like. Don't rush it. This will be easy to write about, because it's 4,000 words. It's a lot to write, and it'll be a lot easier if you enjoy and like your topic. Acronyms are all over the place in IB, and I'm sure I missed some, and I would be more than willing to do another video later if I did miss some that anyone points out to me, if it's a long enough list. but IB is a confusing land to live in. It's a little different from AP, because everyone knows AP and the acronyms that go along with that because it's mainstream and everyone does it, but IB is separate from that. It's a different type of program, and I love it for what it is. The acronym amount is a bit excessive, I think, but once you learn them, it's easy as pie. So I hope this helps you survive a little bit better in your IB adventure. I hope that you learned something from these acronyms. If you didn't already know what they were, there's not much I could do in this video for you if you already did know what they were anyway, but either way, have a wonderful day and good luck in your IB classes.